In Australia, we're left out of everything. No events like VidCon, no products like Beast Burger or Prime. Well, so when I heard that Yes Theory was in town, a channel that has provided so much value to my life, I jumped into action. I DM'd all the members that were in town. And then I waited, and waited, and waited. And then the worst happened. They posted a story of them in Melbourne. I'd missed my one chance to meet my idols. Until, on a regular Wednesday morning, I saw this. Which I knew was finally my opportunity to meet the incredible team behind one of the greatest channels on YouTube. Once I entered, I accidentally ended up backstage, and I had a very pleasant conversation with their resident Australian editor, Cam Peddle. But we parted ways so he could prepare for the biggest performance of his life. And if you had any sort of childhood, you should be able to recognise the special guest they bring on stage with them. And if you know me, of course I had to bring my camera along too.
We had this funny idea, I don't know why, that we wanted to be in a children's entertainment band for 24 hours. So we dyed these shirts yesterday. It took about 6 hours. And we wanted to write an original children's song and perform it live all within a 24-hour period. This is going to be our attempt at that. We had the help of a very special someone today to help us write the children's song. You all know who he is. Please give a warm hand to Murray Cook.
Hello everyone.
Hands in the kitchen, up and up. Put your hands in the air and wave them around. Stomp your feet on like a big tap. Put your hands up.
It was honestly such a great night, and after their performance, the Yes fam that had come to watch sat with the Yes Theory crew, and we chatted for hours before we all had to sadly depart. Reminiscing on the night that just was, I had some post-match thoughts on the long walk home.
Secret intel from the Yes Theory team. So when they design thumbnails, apparently Thomas Bragg is really pedantic about getting it right. Apparently, if they don't get it right, Mr. Beast will call on and say, "Oi, you need to change it," which is a pretty good consultant to have on call. But it was kind of interesting, their voices didn't sound the same. I think Cam sounded the same, but Tristan sounded different, but I guess the microphones pick it up differently. Saying how Tristan does all the editing for The Sick Discomfort, where Thomas and Cam do the editing for the main channel. And they were trying to explain to Murray, the Red Wiggle, how their whole system worked, and he just couldn't wrap his head around it because they've got so much going on simultaneously. It's very normal casual guys. They're filming at a massively wide angle lens, so they're able to punch in. Thomas even hit Cam at one point during the performance, which is kind of funny. And they were kind of joking around that, you know, maybe if I take the image, maybe that would be the thumbnail. You never know. That would be sick. That would be insane. When you meet them, when you introduce yourself, you have to remember that while you think you know them because you've seen them a bunch of times, they don't know anything about you. So you got to do a full introduction. But like Tommy, I think was the weirdest thing in person. He's obviously been watching him longer. It's like that same feeling you had with Mythbusters and with Penn and Teller, where it's like, wow, they're in the flesh. They're a 3D thing now, it's just this 2D thing on my screen anymore. They were just some very, very nice, normal, casual people. Like, you know, you gotta take these people off a pedestal. Like, they're very, very cool. I idolize what they do, but you actually talk to them, great guys that you could see you'd be friends with, which is a good sign. It's not just in video, but in person. They're just the same. So, that's very, very cool.